Dearly beloved, we are finally gathered here today to celebrate as Arlena Brooks and Andrew Black take the next step in the journey of their lives together. You see, it was 10 years ago that these two met in the most romantic of places, MySpace.com. It's romantic for teenagers. They began talking after being introduced by a mutual friend, and Andrew remembers being ecstatic and completely overwhelmed that a girl was actually talking to him. But after some MySpace messages, the two of them ended up hanging out at a park. It was there, talking under the stars for the better part of 6 hours, they really got to know one another. And after feeling a really strong connection with one another, the idea of dating came rather easy to them. Now, while the idea of dating came easily to them, the actual act of dating did not. For their first date, they went to the movies. But they never actually got to see a movie, because Andrew's first act as a boyfriend was to lock his keys in the van. So rather than impress his new girlfriend with popcorn and candy and soda and a romantic comedy, they spent 3.5 hours sitting in the parking lot waiting for someone to come open their van. This, of course, would be the precursor for the rest of their relationship, which has been full of really good ideas that don't always work out. But the measure of a relationship well lived is not what happens, but in how you handle it. And these two have always handled it together. Sometimes it isn't pretty, and often it isn't glamorous, but it always ends up with these two together on the other side. Now, this idea of beautiful imperfection manifested itself perfectly in Andrew's proposal. He designed this intricate scavenger hunt at the zoo. He had these little monkeys with silly hats on, and he took pictures of them holding the letters which, when put in the right order, said, "Will you marry me?" But at the end of the scavenger hunt, and in one of her most epic blonde moments of all time, Arlena couldn't figure out what it said. That is, until she wrote all the letters down and put a question mark at the end. And then, of course, because Mother Nature has a sense of humor too, they got rainbow. But eventually, the goal was achieved. And just like always, even though things didn't go quite according to plan, they had a ton of fun along the way. And that's what brings us all here today. Before us stands this loving and dedicated couple who might have a few screws loose, but who wouldn't want to have it any other way. Over time, they have found that they balance each other out, and despite all the crazy, or perhaps because of it, they just kind of work. Now, over the years, they've helped each other grow, too. Andrew, for example, has shown Arlena just how much fun it can be to shoot random children with Nerf guns at the park. And Arlena has taught Andrew that the pool really isn't so bad. Now, together, they can chuckle at the way Arlena snorts when she laughs, enjoy the mundane tasks of everyday life, and totally drive each other nuts. And with a relationship like that, who could ask for much more? So let's join these two as they make their love official today. Now we're going to begin this evening with the vows, which are exactly what you might expect from these two. If you're ready, Arlena, please repeat after me. I, Arlena, promise you, Andrew, to be your lawfully wedded husband, wife, from this day forward. To be your lawfully wedded wife from this day forward. To be faithful and honest, despite the way you scrunch my nose. To love and respect you, even though you poke me to make me speak. To to make you laugh, and to be there in times of sorrow, to care for you in sickness and in health, to be your companion, and most importantly, your friend. As I continue to grope your fantastic body. And Andrew, if you accept these words of endearment, please repeat after me. I, Andrew, promise you, Arlena, to be your lawfully wedded husband, or wife, from this day forward. To continue to cook amazing meals for you, to love and respect you with my stunning personality, to make you laugh, to be there in times of sorrow, to care for you in sickness and in health, to be your companion, and most importantly, your friend. As I continue to admire your great personality. Andrew and Arlena will now exchange rings, symbols of their lasting devotion to one another, and a permanent reminder for everyone else to just back off. Now remember, that wherever you go, and with whomever you find yourself, you have a piece of one another to remind you that there's always someone waiting for you to come home, and to probably yell at you for doing something stupid. May we have the rings, please? Now, Andrew, as you place your ring on the finger of your beloved, please repeat after me. With this ring, I thee wed, with all that I have, and all that I am. And Arlena, if you do the same. With this ring, I thee wed, with all that I have, and all that I am. With promises shared and rings exchanged, we move now to the sand blending ceremony. Both these two have a vial of their favorite color of sand, which represents their separate individual lives before this day. In a moment, they're going to simultaneously, or perhaps layeredly, pour their sand into a central vase to represent the joining of their lives into one.